Light and blessings. Shamanic Awad Priestess here. And it is just easier for me to go live. I don't announce my live, so I don't always expect anyone to just automatically be online. But basically, I wanted to pretty much do a follow up to yesterday's impromptu live that I did. I always have the option of you guys being able to watch back any lives that I do. It's just that lately it's been really hard to make consistent videos on my main channel because I do make a lot of content on members only, and I was falling behind on that. So I'm starting to finally um, catch up with members only content because I do post like a daily message. I do post weekly or bi-weekly videos on there. Also, there's been an uptick. Hello, welcome to my live. Much love, light, and blessings. There's also been an uptick of people needing like emergency and impromptu readings and things like that. It's why I added the feature of same day emergency readings, which are going to be a little bit more expensive than my regular readings. But some people, sometimes they have like emergencies. And so if I'm going to work outside my regular working hours, because those readings will usually take place when I'm off the clock, because again, it's an emergency reading. So it will be done the same day. And so if I'm going to do that, it's going to cost a little bit more because it's an expedited service. Just like when you go to the post office and you're mailing out a package, you have the regular service and then you have the next day delivery. Doing something like that's going to be more work for me. So that's why. So it's not that I'm greedy or anything like that, but there's a lot of people that be like, can you please do a same day reading? So upon a lot of reflection and stuff, I decided to add that. But I cannot do an hour. Like some people like longer readings. That would just be too unrealistic because it's harder to fit in like last minute long readings, like an hour or 45 minutes. So they're going to be strictly 15-minute readings or 30-minute readings. And we're going to start off with that. And hopefully it won't be as bad as when I used to do email readings and I had to take off that service real quick because it just did not work out in my favor at all. It was too much. It was too much. There was too like there was more people taking advantage of it than they wanted a full on reading. It's like it's a one question reading. So that's what the 4-minute readings are just like in person because that was just too much drama. I also wanted to talk about other services that I have had on my website that a lot of people are not aware of. And I figured it would be better to do it like on a live. So you guys can ask questions about any of my services that I may have. If you're watching this video after the live is over, you could ask me a question in the comment section, or you could email me and I will respond to you. I finally caught up with my comments on my channel. I was like a month behind. So that just shows you that like it's been crazy, but I love when you guys comment on my stuff because it lets me know somebody's watching. I also came on live too because one, somebody had to reschedule a minute of reading last minute, so I have a little bit of time right now until my next appointment. And also, second, because I wanted to say thank you to people that have been here since day one and new subscribers. So, my channel has been stagnant for a while, but very recently, as a matter of fact, in the last couple of weeks or so, I've had quite a few new subscribers coming on here. So, the channel is growing somewhat. So, I'm excited about that too. I'm always excited when new people discover my content. I want to say also thank you when I did the collaboration with Morgan's Oracle that you guys actually, they watched the video, and for those of you that left comments on there, I do appreciate that. Because like I said before, I'm open to collaborating with other spiritualists, especially when it comes to the current political climate, because I feel like not enough people are talking about the things that are going on. The fact that you have people that they're threatening to garnish people's wages, tax returns, bank accounts with student loans. Education should be something that is available to everybody. We are a first world country, yet we don't take care of our people. Like people should have the ability to go to community college for free or very low cost because it's not the same as a private university. And there are people that that they can just mommy and daddy can pay for them a full ride for college, which is fine. I think that's a blessing. but not everybody has that. And the only way to create generational wealth is to create opportunities for everybody. You know, there are people in this world that were born in poverty and die in poverty because of lack of opportunities, you know, making college so inaccessible that some people have to work a 9 to 5, but then we demonize people who work for minimum wage who may never have had the opportunity to go to college. You know what I mean? So I just think that it's really, really sad that we penalize people for wanting to further their education by creating these needs to have these outrageous predatory student loans that people have to do sometimes because they don't have the same opportunity as others whose family can afford. And even for the families that supposedly fit in the guidelines of my parents can afford to send me to college, college is so expensive. Like for me, college has to come out of my pocket for my kids because I make too much. But I don't because I don't have government programs to help me, right? I have a lot of bills. So it may look good on paper. It may look good before taxes are taken out, but it is not because like I'm having to pay for food. I'm having to pay for this. So people like me that have children that are like, my parents can't really, even though it says my parents could afford to send me to school, they really can't. They're forced to get these desperate predatory loans that a lot of people, let's be honest, most people on student loans have defaulted on their loans. And the fact that they're contacting people and saying like, we're going to take your income tax, we're going to do this, that, and the other, like it's very disheartening. It's very, you know, sad. And you know what I mean? So, and no, not everybody's meant to go to college, but a lot of people want to go to college. And I feel like people have the right to do that. Like, that is not a privilege, that is a right. Like food, like healthcare. Like, I'm for universal healthcare. They try to do the propaganda in this country that, oh, you know, there's long wait lists and the care isn't as good and blah, 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 blah. That's just propaganda. Like, everything's going to have its negative side, but it's propaganda, you know? So, but yeah, I wanted to say thank you. Hi, Cece. Hi, Snooky. Hi, Higher Vibrations. Hi, Miscellaneous AB. And to everybody else who's not messaging, hello, 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 hello. So basically, you know, those are the things that have been on my mind. And then I just wanted to go through a couple of services that I have that a lot of people don't. I do try to write a descriptive thing as possible, but sometimes people still have questions or don't understand. So, like I said before, I am going to have emergency same day readings that will be done within the same day. I talked about that 15 and 30 minutes. I can't do long readings, and it will make no sense for me to upcharge a very short reading. That will make no sense. So those are the two that I can, it's easier for me to accommodate like 30 minutes and 15 minutes, you know. Than an hour reading. You know, if it's a reading that you think you need an hour for, that might not be plausible. The only times I won't do same day readings, I'm going to be honest, I'm not working on a Saturday. Like, that's non-negotiable for me. So it will, you know, if it's like, I will either take off the posting or I put on the thing that I don't work Saturday. So, or if I'm on a family vacation, I'm sorry, I'm not going to stop my vacation for that. So, but those are things that I always like, hey, I'm on vacation and I don't do any kind of readings. That will always be on my website. So it's not like you're not going to know. If somebody accidentally buys the reading during vacation, I'm just going to refund them the money because I can't do the reading, you know? But yeah, so but Monday through Friday, you will be able to get same day emergency readings if you guys have like, oh my God, you know, hi, beautiful. Yes, I miss you very much, Miss Member. But I don't know if you're aware that our meetups are now going to be done via YouTube, member only live. So like if you are a member in general, I will be meeting up with you guys occasionally at members only. So anybody who's a member can access those lives. And what's nice about going live, one, I can read your comments, and two, you guys can watch the live chat playback. So you guys can rewatch whatever you miss versus me doing it on Teams where like if you don't go, you miss out on the things that I talk about or lessons or rituals. You can actually watch and, you know, you can actually watch back. Oh, that's what the ritual they did. You can imitate the ritual yourself and stuff like that. Like we just had a meetup and a lot of people weren't able to understand because like a lot of people were away and all that kind of stuff, but they're able to watch it back. We just did recently a Rose of Jericho ritual because there's a lot of common misconception. I was reading on somebody's comment section, like, my Rose of Jericho, I bought 3 of them already. They keep getting moldy and all that stuff because a lot of people are making videos and stuff and giving like incorrect information. and it's causing the plant to get moldy. It's causing the plant to bring pests. It's also causing the plant itself to get mad, and then it brings in like bad energies in the home. There is a right and wrong way to work with the Rose of Jericho, and it's actually simpler than you think. The dangers of a lot of times with social media is people overcomplicate things, or things are more consumerism content versus like quality content, in the sense of like when they're teaching you how to do something. So I did do a live ritual, and I activated my Rose of Jericho, and she's doing very beautifully. I am going to be making a part 2, but that's probably going to be in video form, of what to do. Well, okay, so we activated the Rose of Jericho. What do we do with the water now? Like, so I am going to be making a video for members only for that. But yeah, I am going to make the part 2 video also, guys. You guys highly requested the crystal video of how to activate the crystals for Crystal Grid, because you guys liked the crystal video that I did the last time I actually made content on the channel. So I will be posting part 2 to that. So watch out for that. It's probably going to be mostly my hands, so you guys can actually see me do the Crystal Grid and how I activated, and the prayers and the affirmations and the things that I say. So that will be coming up, if not this week, next week, because it is Mother's Day this Sunday. So it might be hard for me to like sit down and make a video, because I'm getting ready for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. First and foremost, I would like to say that. But yeah, so getting back to the website thing that I keep talking about and then going over other stuff. So yes, I'm doing same day readings, regular tarot readings that I do. I am, because we switched to Teams, and I have been sending out emails, but like I understand sometimes they go to spam, or people don't receive them for whatever reason. So I'm just gonna go over it here, because yesterday I went live, but it was very short and I didn't really get to finish everything I wanted to say. So for those of you, Skype no longer works. Hi, Lexi. Skype is done. Okay. So you don't have to start a separate Teams account, because you're going to lose all your old conversations, video links, and all that. When it says, oh, Skype is done, join Teams, all you have to do is click on that link, and it will synchronize all your older message. At least that's how they explained it to me. Everything would just transition over, where you don't have to make a separate account. So that is the way to transition to Teams for those of you that were my clients that are that have Skype, and we did Skype. So with Teams, I find that it works better for me to create a link, because unlike Skype, where Skype will tell you like this phone call lasted such and such minutes, for tax purposes and stuff, I kind of needed to record the minutes. So it's easier for me to create. So I do it usually the day of. So when you go into your account, you might see like a little thing, and I'll click the link. What that does, instead of like, how Skype, sometimes people like, you're calling me, but it's not going through. If you just create a scheduled meeting, it kind of bypasses the tech issues, the glitches. And what it'll do is once you click it, it automatically, as long as I click the button to let you join on the call, it'll just automatically start our session, and we could just get right into the reading. So that reduces like the wait time where I'm trying to call you, but then it's not going through, and all those annoying things. So all you have to do as the client is just be on your Teams, logged in, click on the link, and then we'll start the reading. So I've been doing that now, and that's nice because it records how long the session lasts and everything like that. I also have added a second app for those of you that are like, but I use Teams for work reasons, and I kind of don't, you know what? And I get that. You don't want your boss to be like, why are you talking to a psychic? That's weird. So for those of you that have Microsoft Teams, and it's linked to like your business stuff, or your work stuff, that's fine. I also recently have downloaded the WhatsApp, because there are people that are like, I would do the phone readings, but then I can't see you, and I don't really like that. So if I like the video thing where I can see you, you can see me, that kind of thing, that can also happen on WhatsApp. So you can do that as well. And that works good for like people that have family members that maybe they don't necessarily want them to know they read with a reader, whereas in your phone it records who calls you and all that stuff. Or you might have a shared account with family members that has Team, you can just use the WhatsApp. And all you have to do is look up Shamanic Iraq Priestess. It's all under my name. And basically, I'll send you an invite, put you down, and blah blah blah, and we can do phone readings through WhatsApp and still have video calling. So that's a second option that's new now. And then the third option is the original audio only telephone call. I was gonna take that feature away, but I decided not to, because I have a lot of people that are older or don't have internet and they're not tech savvy, so they do prefer the phone readings. I do have an older, I have older clients too, and they're like, I don't do that kind of stuff, and they're more comfortable just doing phone readings, so that will stay. But people that abuse the ability to do phone readings, so basically like, and these people I've talked to private, so I'm not talking bad about nobody. If you're calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to switch to WhatsApp or Teams. If you're sending me a bunch of text messages, because I've had some people like, well, then just take off the notifications because I wanted to talk to you, but I shouldn't have to do that. I have three adult children. Okay. Both of them have jobs and they go out because they're grown folks. And I don't care how old my kids are. I like to know, if they get locked out, or if one of my kids are at a bar and they need a ride home, or the designated driver, or if someone's on a date and the person turns out to be creepy. Like, I need to be accessible to my children. Or my mother lives in a different state. Maybe I have an emergency. Like, I need the ability to be able to use my phone, right? Without being afraid that if I put the notifications on, people are going to be blowing my phone up all night. I think that that's not right. And that's taking a boundary from a person, right? And people calling me outside of readings, it is on the disrespectful side, because what they're not understanding is, and I'm not complaining, I have, just on Skype alone, I have over 2,000 contacts, people that have read with me consistently, right? So imagine if those 2,000 people were calling me on my phone, right? I have a lot of people. I have more clients on my contacts than I do like regular people, because I keep my circle small. Imagine if all my phone contacts started calling me outside of reading, how that would like tie up my phone line, how that would stress somebody out. So it's not that I don't care about you guys outside of a reading. It's just that you have to understand the volume. It just doesn't make sense to like constantly be calling me if we're not doing a reading. You can always text me within business hours and I will get back to you when I can, or you could email me. There's literally a contact form in my website for you guys to contact me, ask me questions. I love when you guys give me updates like, oh my God, this prediction came true, or sharing your good news. I don't mind talking to people outside of a reading. What I do mind is when people cross like boundaries, and start getting into like taking time away from my self-care, or me being able to clean my house or do my laundry or spend time with my children, because I literally now work 6 days a week. The only day I get off now is Saturday. So I think that it's just a respect thing. Like, at least let me have my one day off. You know what I mean? Or at least let me have sleep. I don't mind if you're contacting me before 8 o'clock and you're messaging me, because I'm awake, and I'll text you or reply to you when I can. But I really don't want people to call me on the phone and stuff if we're not doing a reading or something, because again, that ties up my line. And I do like to call my mother a lot because she has health issues and stuff like that. So, and then I have a special needs son that I need to be able to contact him at school. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Also on my website, I have a service called Ebo, which is literally a sacrifice or an offering given to the spirits. And it's usually done by someone who's initiated into a closed tradition. Sometimes Ebos are required because the spirits want to bless you, or they're asking for it. They're saying, hey, I would like, a sacrifice, or, I would like an Ebo. And you may not be qualified to do that. You may not have the proper training. You may not be an initiated, Santera or a Mambo or Hugan or whatever. I would do those offerings on your behalf. That is a service that is offered on the website. Sometimes that could even help with like bringing in positive energies, so on and so forth. So I have people that give me Abels for business reasons. They have a spiritual based business or whatever type of business online, and they'll do a monthly able to the spirits for financial gain and stuff like that, and it's worked in their favor. I've seen Abels do lots of miraculous things. I remember doing an Able one time when my son was very, very sick, and he got better like within 24 hours. The doctor, who was Jewish, she's like, do you believe in God? I was like, yeah, I do. And they're like, well, you really need to thank God because his lungs were working at 10% and now they're like 60, 70% functional. And that was within like 24 hours. Like he had two collapsed lungs at that time. And he was very, very sick. And so the spirits had gave me a dream to do able. So I did. So that's what an able is. It could be, it's an emergency or for health or money or whatever the case may be. So that service has been on for a while. People have used it, but I just wanted to put it out there. That's what the able service. Also, as much as I do rituals, because I do spell work and all of that good stuff, that's still available on there as well. But I also do spell kits, and spell kits are custom to you. Like there's none of them are the same. Okay. And it's in various areas. So some people like they might need a peace in the home. Maybe you're having issues at home that is feels spiritually off in the home, and you're like, I don't know, I need to bring better luck in the home or whatever. So what will happen with a spell kit is we will talk. You can contact me in the contact form. Make sure you contact me before so you can buy the right one. Sometimes people will buy them after we do a reading, and that's fine. But some people like, I just want the spell kit. You could contact me on the contact form and kind of quickly explain like, what do you think you need to do a spell? And we'll talk. And then I'm going to pretty much like ask the spirits which one will be better for such and such client. And they'll let me know. And then that spell kit will be custom to you, meaning like you might have a specific deity that they're asking you to pray for. So the information for how to pray to that spirit will be available for you, as well as a custom candle that's anointed, blessed, and charged. So the difference between like when you go to Botanica, most of those candles are not charged. My kits, it's already charged, it's already prayed over, it's already been on the altar for a day or two before I mail it out. The kit can include anything from talismans, custom baths that I make, candles that I make for your specific situation, prayers for your specific situation, as well as a private video that will give you instructions on how to cast the spell properly. And with my spell kits, I always have like an offertory thing because you should pay a spirit something, or you should give the spirit something. So, it includes basically everything you would need to cast a successful spell. The success of that will be up to you if you follow the directions and have faith in it. But yes, I literally because the spell kits have been doing pretty good. I know that there's like tariffs coming up soon. So I literally just did a big order. Because like the tariffs are not fully enacted in certain countries yet. So I'm like, let me get a nice supply because I know that the tariffs are going to go up exponentially and I want to keep prices that are reasonable. So that's what the spell kits are for. I have spell kits for like anything to do with family home. So, fast luck, removing the evil eye, keeping peace in the home. I have spell kits that have to do with money drawing or trying to, get a job, things like that. I am going to include this service too. So anybody who has small children, I do bless azabaches. That's very much in the Caribbean culture. The little black fists. I have bought some of those, and I have been sending them out to clients as well. So that protects babies from the evil eye. I do have a service for adults, but now I'm going to do babies too. And then it will have everything that you would need to carry out the ritual for the protection of said child. So I have that as well. I have love spell kits for love drawing, whether it's tough love or love, romantic love. So all of that is available on my website, as well as my regular spells and stuff. And yeah, so just letting you know, if anybody lives outside of the United States, the cost of the spell kit, unfortunately, you would have to pay for your shipping because some countries are very expensive to ship. So I can't do that because I will make no profit off of it. It will be actually a financial loss for me. So the client will be responsible for their shipping costs. But if you're within the United States, the shipping cost is included with pricing. Or anything like that. So those are the services that I have. A lot of people have been asking me about classes, and I kind of touched on that yesterday. Hello, Miss Lotus. So I no longer will offer classes like I used to, only because a couple of things. So they're very time consuming. And every time I have classes, like it pushes back the wait times with the readings, because a lot of people, like, I can't do big groups because everybody has different availabilities. Sometimes people miss their class, and I always try to be accommodating where I'll let you reschedule and all that stuff. But that starts to push reading wait times, and readings are my main source of income. So the happy compromise, because I love to teach, is those mentorship sessions. I have quite a few clients that I've been mentoring since I put that service on there, and we meet whenever the client wants to. So I'll have clients that their schedule, they can only meet with me twice a month. So then that's when we do the classes. Or for financial reasons, they needed to take a break from investing in that, and they'll come back 2 months later. We always pick up where we left off. Hello, Fly by Night. I love your name, and I love your little emoji with, I think those are like eyes or something. I love it. It's very cute. I love it. Um, so basically, Spirit is like, you can still do the mentorships, just it's basically pay as you go. So it will be available to anybody in whatever financial point they're in, where you don't have to pay lump sum. So if you're interested in taking like classes that have since retired, they're available now. Like if you're interested in mentorship on hoodoo, if you're interested in learning how to create altars for orishas and loas, if you're interested in learning about voodoo or anything like that, 21 divisions, things that I practice, espiritismo criollo, you can still have that option. It will just be through buying and the mentorship, and then me teaching you as you go. So it's the same thing, but it's just more flexible, and it's going to be one-on-one because it's just going to be me and you in the session. So those are the types of classes I give now. It's kind of like pay as you go. Exactly. So, and I've done mentorships with people that want to, enhance their intuition. So I do things like that because there's people like, I feel called to, do readings for other people, but I don't know how to do that. Like, I have the gift, but I don't trust my intuition. I have had people that we work one-on-one. We do exercises, and a couple of them have actually started their own businesses, and they're fine. They're doing good. So, and they've later on become professional readers. So, having channels and all of that. I don't like to mention who does that because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I never want to take credit for somebody else's success. I don't know, even if I mentor them, because I want them to like do their thing. I don't want to be that, yeah, because of me, like they have those clients. Like I just feel like that's you. So I let them do, if they want to share with people like, hey, that was my mentor, that's my girl, that's fine. But I don't need the credit, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, I do that type of stuff. I have helped people start businesses of their own, which is a good thing for this economy. So those are all the different services that are included with mentorship. And there are people that don't want to take a class. They literally simply like, hey, Oshun, hello, Marissa Miller. Oshun, has been calling me, and I would like to do an altar for her. How would I do that appropriately? That mentorship session could be just for that. Maybe you just needed a one-time mentorship, and things like that. So those are basically the different services that I offer, that I feel like were never really explained that well. So those are the things I wanted to like answer those questions for you guys and stuff like that. Um, so if you guys have any questions about any of the services that I have explained on here, please feel free to ask in the chat, and I will definitely answer those questions for you, and things of that nature. And then I think to end the live, I would like to pull a card for the people that have been commenting on the chat, and I'll do it by order because I don't know if all 9 of you have been commenting or not. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I have 11 people, different people. So if you guys want a card, I'm just going to go by when you guys first started commenting. So I'm going to go in that order. And you just could tell me why, yes or no. Yes, the spell kit includes the head wash. Yes, it does. I was going to make a separate listing for that, but it's the same thing. And all the spell kits are the same price. So is the, like, let's say you're like, oh, I wanted a one for money, but I accidentally clicked on the love one. All you got to do in the notes, like, hey girl, I clicked the wrong one. I actually was looking for a money spell kit, a money drawing, or getting a new job, or getting a promotion or something. And I'll just make sure that your kit includes that stuff. There is no need to like get a refund. It's the same exact pricing. So just when you know, it has a little section where it says notes, just write it on the notes and I'll accommodate it. Just know that I'm not going to mail it out the same day. Give me like 2 or 3 days. You know what I mean? Because I have to anoint, bless, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right, so let's get to, so yes, Lucky, that includes head washing. So a head washing, a lavite, in my culture, we don't we don't pay people to wash our heads or our ori. What we do is like the practitioner would make and customize a bath for you with certain spiritual tools. So there'll be candles, bath, and like whatever, everything that one would need to do the bath. We just always ask that you have someone that you trust. So if you feel like your best friend or a friend is like family, like, oh, this person's like a brother or sister to me, then that person, you can put a bathing suit on and you can have them pour the bath and everything else and do the other things that I'm going to tell you in the spell kit. You could have them perform it for you because that's someone you trust. People can literally wash your spirits out of your ori. You have to be very careful who you're paying to do spiritual baths. And as a part Haitian myself, we just don't trust people. We look at you side eye, right? So our spirituality is very logical. I know that in other closed practices, you go behind a botanica and they do all this stuff to you, but I'm not trying to be mean, but I grew up in that culture. I've known multiple people that own botanicas, and I've seen the good and the bad and the ugly, and I know what actually happens when people do that. The majority of people that have been around, it wasn't always good things, put it that way. They weren't always putting good things in people. So yeah. And that's why I like voodoo, because like we just always like precautious. So anyway, we're always looking at you side-eyed, So like so yes. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna give a message to Miss Miscellaneous, and she can always watch back because I know she's at work and she's listening. What message do the spirits have for Miscellaneous AB for May 7th, 2025? Oh, and for members, I did post your daily video, so hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. Ooh, so Spirit is saying you've been working a lot with your higher self. Okay. So your intuition is going to continue to grow, especially in areas of creativity, setting up boundaries, and learning how to listen to your gut intuition. So you're going to get a lot of empathic and very much powerful intuitive hits. It's all about just learning to listen to the guidance of the spirits. So really working on balancing your solar plexus chakra is what Spirit is saying, and just doing a lot of the inner child healing. Okay, so and that is for Miscellaneous AB. So let me see for higher vibrations what message Spirit has for them. What message does Spirit have for higher vibration? And then next is going to be Snooky 8383. For higher vibration, what message do the spirits have for them? Okay, so the guides are saying that you need to balance your upper chakra, so third eye, crown chakra, because someone around you is not everything they're saying they are. So there's definitely deception, false mask. Okay, so the spirits are going to try to communicate with you, maybe through a dream or through certain signs. So they're saying it's very important to find higher vibration. Okay, Snooky 8383. Let's see. What message does Spirit have for Snooky 8383? And then next is going to be Cece or Sissy. So for Snooky, Spirit is saying that you need to prioritize, okay? Trying to do too many things at once, okay? And also holding yourself way too much in high regard. Like, we are not perfect human beings. We're not perfect people. Get done the things that need to be done and just practicing more self-love, self-acceptance, and not holding yourself up to a higher standard than you will hold others. Okay. And that is for Snooki. Let's see for Cece. What message does Spirit have for Sissy? What message does Spirit have for Sissy? So I'm going to try to finish up before I have to go. Oh, Sissy. You have people that are very spiritually jealous of your spiritual gifts. And the ancestors are saying, like, there's a spiritual war going on behind the scenes. Grounding yourself in truth, connecting to Mother Earth, working a lot with that root chakra. Okay, they're going to guide you in how to win this spiritual battle that is going on with people that you don't even care about at this time. Because a lot of people are trying to compete with you. A lot of people are threatened and jealous by the advancement that you have been making with your spiritual gifts and gifts of discernment, or like we like to say, the gift of prophecy, right? So just being aware of that. Not everybody who says they're your friends are your friends. And just asking Spirit to give you that discernment to tell the difference between a person and a good person, especially pertaining to the spiritual community, CC. All right, so Dianara Torres, let's see what message Spirit has. And then it's going to be Lexi and then Miss Lotus. Okay, what message does the Spirit have for Dianara? Ooh, okay, Miss Ma'am. So working with the spirits of love, okay? Working with the spirits of love, okay? So beauty magic, okay? Love work, manifestation, self-care. This is the you feeling great about yourself era, and just asking spirits of love and abundance to continue to walk with you, and they're going to attract many new opportunities for you, okay? So seeing that goddess, sexual being, high priestess, empowering energy that's around you at this time, and use it for manifestation and living in your purpose. Let's see. Lex B, what message does the Spirit have for Lex B? Miss Ma'am, what are you doing over there? So this is what Spirit is saying. You are a beautiful person, and they're saying that you are deserving of all the wonderful things that love can bring into your life. And so they're wanting you to work on self-love. They're wanting you to work on self-care. I feel like you're a very selfless person who puts everybody before yourself, and they're saying we don't like that. Okay, we no me gusta. Okay, no quiero. So I feel like the spirit of marriage, this is, so it might be somebody you actually don't think. This message is coming directly from Ezilidanto, and she's saying like family, children, marriage, all that stuff is great, but you need to treat yourself like the goddess that you are. You need to start doing more things to make you feel beautiful and good about yourself, and you're going to see how that's going to bring money, abundance, blessing, and it's going to be a game changer with the spiritual energy of your home. So yes, okay, be the sexual goddess you're supposed to be too. And that is for Miss Lexby. All right, let's see for Miss Lotus Wisdom. Let's see, Spirit. What message do the spirits have for Miss Lotus Wisdom? Let's see. Okay, there is a major healing that's going to happen for you. Right now, feeling lost. Sometimes we feel like Spirit is saying, like, sometimes you feel like, are the spirits even listening? Like, I'm going through so many hard things. Like, I need a helping hand. And the spirits are literally saying, I'm extending my hands to you. Ask and you shall receive. So working a lot with the throat chakra so you can effectively communicate and petition your spirit so that you can get the things that you need from them. Okay, so they're going to be helping you with a lot of emotional turmoil, accepting certain losses, but also helping you through difficult times. So some things will be a loss, and then some things will be brought to you, like brand new beginnings and a new start and progress in so many different areas of your life. They're just saying, communicate with us, ask us. Don't think that you're being selfish. I feel like sometimes we have this spirit of selflessness, or the people ingraining in us, like the Abrahamic religions, like, oh, suffering is a godly thing, or you shouldn't ask. We are allowed to ask the spirits for help, as long as it's done respectfully, and as long as we pay them, pay it forward, helping other people, and also rewarding the spirits and not forgetting about them when we're being blessed. When, like, okay, I got my petition, I don't care about you no more. That's when they get mad. But we are allowed to ask them for help. As long as we're doing our part, the spirits will do their part. And they wanted you to know that today, Miss Lois. All right, let's see, fly by night. What message does spirit have for you? And then I think Marie and AJ. Yeah, okay. So let's do fly by night. There is a dead person around me right now, because I could feel it and talking to me in my ear. Okay. When it comes to fly by night, what message does spirit have for fly by night? The spirits are saying that you will get clarity. Your time of confusion will come to an end. And once you get that truth, there's no way to deny it, right? Sometimes things in life, we may not always want to see or know the truth. It might be painful, accepting certain things, certain events in life. But spirit is saying they're going to give you clarity. Okay, I feel like a very strong Aizan or Santa Clara energy in this message. The spirits of clarity are going to give you the clarity that you need, so that you can take the steps accordingly to deal with a situation that will be coming up in the future. And they will guide you. They will bring things to light and guide you in the next steps to take. And that's for fly by night. Okay, Marissa Miller, I'm going to give you a message. So, Marissa Miller, what message does the spirits? Yes, Alyssa, I'll put it out for you. Marissa Miller, what message does spirit have for Marissa Miller? Okay, so they're saying sometimes we make decisions with the heart, and that's not a bad thing. But sometimes we have to take emotions out of things and see things more from a logical perspective. You are definitely going to be in a crossroads, and there's going to be a major life decision that needs to be made. And spirit is saying we have to make that decision from our higher self. Okay, so definitely working with our crown chakra, how we receive messages, the way that we think around things. I'm seeing a lot of work needing to be done with the throat chakra, asking for guidance of the spirits to make the best decision for yourself and others that will be affected by it. And then the heart, right? To balance our emotions and to make a decision that's the best thing for you. I feel like sometimes we're always worried about everybody else and everything like that. So yes, definitely there's going to come a time when you need to make a major life decisions. You have major changes coming up in your life. And that's for Marissa Miller. Okay, I'm going to catch up on messages now. Oh, I had to leave. Are you doing one card readings? Yes, honey. You can play back the live chat, because I did give you a message. If you weren't able to hear it, you can watch back. It's at the 29-minute point. You can go and watch your message back, because they pull a card for you. Is it too? If it's not, if too late, can you pull a card for me? Okay, Ellis, I'm going to give you your message now. If you're not in the room, you could just watch it back as well. You're welcome, higher vibrations. Okay, LS, what message? Okay, LS. So you're going through some type of financial situation, Spirit is saying, with career and just financial. The spirits want to help you in areas of finances. So I feel like you need to get some money work done, whether you do it yourself or you get someone who you trust to do work for you. But you definitely need to do some money drawing, fast luck candles, I feel like there are certain spiritual energies that are affecting finances are not where they need to be. And I feel like there's a spiritual reason why, LS. So that's what spirit is saying. Because I feel like you're someone that's supposed to eventually have their own business and be in a better financial standing. But I feel like there's a lot of life and spiritual reasons why that is not that way. LS, okay? Um, you're welcome, higher vibrations. I like your message for you all. Sounds like good things for you. Thank you, Fly by Night. You're welcome, Lexi. Marissa, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner and you won't be disappointed. Oh, thanks, Fly by Night. Thank you for that. I love that. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, miscellaneous. Um, your message was retracted. Oh no. Don't forget about me. Please pull a card for me. Thank you. Yes, I did pull a card for you, honey. I was going by the order of when people came into the room. Thank you. I was at my altar with my ancestors asking questions and venerating them last night. Thank you. You're very welcome. I love that you were by your ancestor altar last night and venerating them. Their energy, the spirits' energies have been very powerful. And so it makes sense that you were at the ancestor altar. Marissa Miller says, oh, thank you, beloved. I received the message and gratitude to the spirits. You're welcome. You're welcome, Jasmine. You're welcome, LS. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, guys, I have to get ready to start a reading in about 10 minutes. So I had someone that had like an hour reading that kind of had to reschedule last minute. So I was like, let me go live and everything like that. So I decided for the members, the one card a day, writing out the messages. Oh, AJ, you didn't get a message. Why didn't you come up in my list? I didn't even see you on my list. I apologize. Yes, girl, I will give you a message right now. Yeah. When it comes to AJ, what message do the spirits have for her? Because I didn't do you. You're right. Ooh, okay. So guess what? The spirits are saying that they're going to offer you an opportunity and it might be spiritually in tune to take these risks. Abundance. These are coming from money spirits. They're saying you can benefit from creating a money altar and they're going to help you with financial things and bringing new financial opportunities into your life as well as emotional opportunities. Okay, that's what the spirits are saying. Like, I know this is scary, there's gonna be outside your comfort zone, but trust that it will go in your favor. Which those are always the hardest messages for me because it's like, but I'm scared. I'm scared. But yes, that is what spirit is saying. For members, writing, like posting a card with a long paragraph, like that's just become very time consuming. So what I did was I pre-recorded your card of the day. I'm just downloading the videos every single day. So because doing them in one go, I felt like some people didn't like that because they're like, I know this is on a timestamp, but like, I don't like that. A lot of people look forward to the daily messages. Thank you, miscellaneous. I appreciate that. So basically, spirit is saying like, you can still do the daily messages, just once a week, record very short videos. So yesterday's message was posted that way. Monday's message was the old format, which again doesn't really work for me, but I did it that way. Tuesday's message was posted in a short video, and today's message, of course, anytime. Today's message was posted on a short video. So I'm probably gonna do it that way. It's just your daily cards. You're gonna have to watch a video now, but it'll just be shorter. You don't have to like look for the timestamp. So I'm gonna see if that works because then I can keep up with the daily messages and feel like you guys are getting what you paid for. We're gonna have a members only live tomorrow, May 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're gonna be talking about some things that we're gonna be doing spiritually. So spiritual tips on protection and what kind of rituals and workings you can do to do protection. So it's going to be like a teaching session. So come with your pen and paper, get ready to write notes. And then I have other things that I want to talk to you guys about as well. And then the next time we do the meetup, which will be the first week of June, we're going to do a binding spell for those in power. So I look forward to that. So make sure you guys are dressed in black and ready to do some stuff. Okay. And if you miss the live, Don't worry, you can always watch it back and you can still participate in putting energy into said ritual, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me live today. I'm going to get back to work. It's always a pleasure when I connect with you guys. And hopefully you guys will watch the video back and have your questions answered about the multiple services that I do offer on my website. And as always, I thank you guys so much. Each and every one of you who watch my videos, our members, buy my services. You guys all make my dream come true. Thank you for the new subscribers. The channel's starting to grow again. It was kind of stagnant for a while. So the views have been going up lately. So I appreciate all of that. Just much love, light, and blessings. I love what I do for a living, and everything like that. So I am a second channel. I already have a name for it. And I will be, but it's going to be a spiritual content for ASMR. And it's going to be under my old psychic name, so people can find me when I used to work on the hotline. And basically it's going to be spiritually based ASMR stuff. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm going to be trying to make content soon. So once I post my first video, I will give you the link on my future videos so you guys can follow me on there as well. So I'm very excited about making spiritually based ASMR because I like watching those. So look out for that as well. But much love, light, and blessings. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And until the next live or until the next video, bye. Bye, guys. Love you.